Cool. So I started the game and I haven't played anything yet. Anything. What do you recommend me to do?
No worries. The first thing is probably I'll give you a little bit of a walkthrough on what the game is, and I think the best way is just to jump into it because most people, when we kind of explain what's going on, it seems a little convoluted because there's a lot of mechanics going on. But once you jump into it, it all kind of comes together. So it's like a 3-on-3 brawler on a hex tile grid. You have those three heroes. Those are going to be your starting heroes, and that's basically your deck right now for the
Okay.
15 protocol cards. The main interesting thing about it, so you have two main types of abilities that you want to keep aware of. It's your operations. So those are the three abilities under each hero that you can see. So the operations are kind of like low value but resource free abilities that you can kind of throw out to help your strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of think of them like the abilities on Pokemon. They're just very simple. They do damage, but they also do a bunch of other neat stuff as well. The protocol cards are where like the meat and bones are. That's where like your high impact abilities to really forward your win condition. And your win condition is basically knock out the three other heroes on the opposing team or destroy the base. If you destroy the base, you immediately win,
Okay.
or you want to knock out all three of them. The interesting thing about the protocol cards, the cost. So in our game, we have no thing such thing as mana. They all the heroes have health, and if you use a protocol card, it siphons out of their health. So it kind of creates this risk versus reward kind of a mechanic where you really want to make sure that you're getting value for those protocol cards. They have really powerful effects,
Mm-hmm.
but if you don't get the value out of it, then your opponent can kind of turn that against you. The interesting thing, though, is if you begin to lose the game, so let's say that middle guy gets knocked out of the game, all
Mm-hmm.
your cards are discounted by 50%. And then if another guy gets knocked out, then you'll get another discount so that your cards are only 25% cost. So there's a little bit of a comeback strategy as well. Um, I think that's pretty much it for the
Okay.
overview. Other than that, I think if you jump into an AI game, I can kind of guide you through it a little bit and give you some pointers, and we'll see how
Let's
you do.
go. So play versus AI now.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's go, guys. We have our three me dudes. They're the only ones we have right now. I cannot make a deck yet, right?
You technically can. I would probably recommend because these starter decks, like
Yeah.
these cards aren't bad. They're actually very good. The card that's listed alpha right now is like it's just a really solid structure that you can build. So
Yeah.
they're kind of designed to be like the more easier ones, and then they're pretty good cards as well in your builder as well to make a new strategy. But these ones are the kind of ones that we kind of recommend to start with.
Okay, I'll
And one of
start
the
with the ones you recommend. Sounds good. Sounds good.
one interesting additional thing is that we have a thing
Uh-oh, I'm
called the
ready to. We're starting already. What's the interesting thing? It's loading now. Will I instantly start? Is it turn-based?
it is turn based. Yeah,
Okay, then I don't have to stretch yet.
exactly. Yeah, we do have a timer mode for ranked, but yeah, this we just want to make it very easy for you to just kind of jump in.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you want to pan your camera with WASD, you can kind of get a good look at the entire map.
Ah, yeah.
So it's turned. So right now you can only move that middle guy right now. So you basically knock out those three guys, you win the game, or you destroy that structure right over there in the corner. Your heroes, you can see above their on their nameplates, they have a big number, which is the energy, which is their health, basically. And then the smaller number on the right side is their movement points. So you can use all five of those movement points to move forward five. If you look at the left side, it also shows it's behind your camera right now, but there's a turn list. Once the turn list expires, it goes into the second round. You can see at the top of the screen it says round one, turn one of six. So it's going to cycle through all the active characters in the map, and
Yes.
then once it goes through, then it becomes round two. Everybody draws a new card, and all the characters regenerate 3 movement points. So typically, you want to with your opening move, you want to use at least 3 movement points because you'll always regenerate three. But you can use all five if you want to just really get really close to something on the map. Um, so it's kind of up to you to kind of figure out how you want to try to start to proceed toward your opponent. Do you want to go right at them? An additional mechanic is in if you see in the top left and bottom right corner, there's this little shiny box. Those are the caches. Those give those characters a
Wait, wait,
permanent
wait.
speed.
Sorry. Tiny shiny box. Oh, here, this one.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All you have to do is step your hero over it. You'll get an additional protocol card, as well as an attack and speed bonus. And you also get a bonus on your timer if it's a ranked match. So they're not as important right now. So I would say go ahead and whatever your instinct, your gut is telling you. Also,
Go
the
to the
grab.
shiny box. Okay, let's go. Okay, so this is his movement. Can he attack, or is that
Yeah, so the operations are all on your left,
Mm-hmm.
just beside your character's portrait.
Oh yeah.
So there's a tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3. The tier 1 is your main attack. This
Mm-hmm.
one is a melee attack, so you need someone in melee range.
Yeah.
What's nice about the tier 1s is they have no cooldown, so you can use them every turn. The other two are a little bit more specialized. And they have a cooldown, but it's not too long, so it should be up again. And again, they're resource free, so you always want to use one. I would recommend the assimilator. It's a summon. It'll
Yeah.
give you an extra guy to just play around with. So the assimilators are really fun. So I'll explain that when you get to that assimilator's turn. They'll get added to the turn list.
Okay. So I selected this one.
Yeah, and then you want to just pick where you want to drop them. You basically have that circle around your character is where you can drop them. So you just pick wherever you'd like to throw him out, and then he'll be
I
your
got a
buddy for as
drone.
yeah, pretty much.
Love it.
Once you're pretty much done your turn for that particular character, you just need to press end turn in the bottom right. So if you still have 2 more movement points,
Okay.
I probably
But like
recommend
you
not to
said, it's smarter to do one by one. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, they moved a lot further than I did, which is unfortunate because they're going after the same shiny box as me.
Yes, he is. So those are the World Forgers. They're kind of our tank class in the game. So a lot of they don't have innate abilities, but their class determines what protocols they can use. So the assimilator has only one ability, assimilate. You need to target another hero. So you can't just target a minion, but you have to target a hero, and you use assimilate on it once you're in range. And it's going to take a random op. So the assimilators can begin to start to take abilities from those heroes, and then they can kind of snowball into very powerful abilities, but they're very fragile. They only have 30 health, so they can get one shot by a melee attack. So you want to carefully kind of move them forward toward your opponent.
I
Sometimes hide them
moved it into the bush.
Yep.
Sounded safe. Okay. And then end turn to go to the next character, right?
That's right.
Okay. Which is not me. Okay. Super interesting. Someone in chat mentioned it looks really pretty. And it sounds interesting. And that I have a thing for shiny things. I am a little bit of a loot goblin. So when you said there's a shiny box, you already made my decision.
That's awesome. Yeah, we know it was a lot of inspired by Heroes of the Storm, the objectives. That's one of my favorite, honestly. So we wanted to have like a lot of interesting things on the map.
Nice. Oh, whoops. I summoned a turret now.
That's not a mistake. I mean, you this game is very sandboxy. Do what you feel like.
Huh?
The main thing
Yeah,
with
I thought it
structure-
would be the same as the previous one, the one with the instant damage.
Oh, okay, yeah. We have all sorts of abilities. So the operations are fairly varied. And then you can kind of just use them however you like to kind of set up your strategy. Oh wow, you have like a summon on every character. That's actually pretty good. So
I
that's
mean,
like another.
You guys made this amazing deck for me. Okay, so now my dude is again. So can I use the turret? What are the 2 turrets in the middle?
Those are just obstacles. Those are basically defunct. Oops, just went off. Those are defunct turrets. They're mostly obstacles, but they're there to create line of sight. We are actually planning to make a mechanic where you can activate them into real turrets. We don't actually have that just yet in the game, but right now they act as more of protection. So you can kind of start to fight in the middle if you want to, and then you can use those turrets to block you from range attacks from
Oh,
certain
but they
angles.
won't attack me or the enemy, and they also are not operatable.
Correct.
Okay, then
They
I'll...
used to be boulders, and we just wanted to give it a little bit more of a flavor to it, so we
It
turned
will
them
be
into
cool
turrets.
if you can like hack the turrets and use those. But in that case, I'm going to continue towards my shiny box. We're still out of range. Okay.
The barrage has a very long range if you want to set that up. It allows you to basically bombard hex tiles in a delay.
Oh, yeah,
Nice
I
little
already
turret.
ended the turn. I thought I couldn't reach. Okay, the turret also has limited reach.
Yep.
So
That one
that
has
one...
no cooldown, so if you just want to see how it works, just fire it off.
Okay, I do. Oh, damn. Okay. I like the turrets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and here we go. Now it's their turn. So, what would you say? I mean, you're the developer. Is your AI strong? Or is
Our
it
AI,
doable?
our AI is pretty. The way I'm going to frame this is it's beginner friendly. So it's made to create a optimal experience against new players.
Okay. Okay, so he's not going to steal my shiny box.
I think he is.
Oh god.
Um,
I have to
you're
run.
going to get 3 movement points once it goes to round 3 for that character. He's known as the Reaver,
Mm-hmm.
that brutish predator-looking alien. So he'll have 5 movement points, which I think. Oh yeah, you'll be able to get it before him.
Nice. Okay, I think we can, for the first time, attack.
You can assimilate, so you'll be able to steal one of his abilities. Hopefully
Oh.
he doesn't kill you.
Oh.
But now you have one of his abilities, which is just a self buff, divert power. It's on cooldown, so it'll be available the next turn. Assimilate you can use every turn to keep stealing, but you can start to build a little library of abilities.
Oh, that's super interesting. And what does the grass do? Because we're both standing in grass now, I thought it would make me invisible, but you always know where the enemy is.
Yeah, because this is that was our intent originally, but to kind of work like bushes and like MOBAs.
Yeah.
Um, it made a little less sense for us because we have a thing like the turn list, right? So it's kind of hard to hide where a character is because of that. So what it does is it gives them evasion. So the evasion only works from range attacks if the character's not adjacent. So right now, if the World Forger hits your assimilator from that position because he's adjacent, he'll hit him. But if he tries to use range attacks um, from multiple hex tiles away, he'll miss. So
Ah.
are really helpful in that regard. So
Okay,
if
so
you're,
they
let's
give a
say,
little bit of coverage.
right, that's right.
Nice. Okay, interesting. Nox already likes the game. Nice. I think this is really interesting as well. It's one of those games, if I would play this with my best friend, it would take 6 years because she's going to consider every single possibility 20 times. Well, I just make a decision and go for it. And both
Oh, you should play
strategies work. Okay, I got the shiny box. Let's just go for it. So now I'm finally moving my 5 spaces. I got a card. Body check target from afar, knocking them back. Damage doubled if target is not knocked back. It does 20 damage, casting range 2 to 4, cost is 20. So these cards underneath, how do I use those?
Depending on what you want to do, yeah, you can intercept that World Forger if you'd like. You just click on the card, and then you aim at your target, and you'll do basically what the card does. The cards have a lot of variety, so you'll want to use an attack card if that's what you'd like to do. You can just basically what you're going to do is just body check him and knock him back. So that card is really effective if he's against a wall because that'll just make him get damage.
But it's also extra movement, so that was a really smart card to use. Not necessarily now, but it's good to see what it does. Okay, cool.
So what might be really useful here is equipping a weapon. So if you want to get in melee combat, that dagger, you can equip it, and it's very similar to the weapons in Hearthstone. You'll get a limited amount of uses, but it gives you basically an additional attack to use every turn.
Oh, damn. Okay.
he equipped the dagger, so he just stabbed you.
Oh,
And I
I
think
was stabbed.
he's just kind of ignoring you at this point. He wants to go for something else.
I think he has a focus on the tower, but that's all right because we can now deferred power gives this unit plus 20 attack, 1 MP Reagan, and 30 defense for 2 rounds. Oh no, it's a self-cast. Oops, I didn't. I was so close to reading everything. And we can assimilate another power from him, which is now on cooldown. Okay, I really like these little drones that we have.
They're very cute. I want to get I've been asking our company to make plushies of them for us.
Oh yeah. In that
So the mini
case,
drones, they're just like basic attackers in our game. You need to get a little closer, and when you use laser salvo, he'll just randomly shoot out beams at available targets. They don't have really great accuracy. They're kind of like stormtroopers.
he hit him. I love it. I love that they don't have great accuracy. That's nice. That's good. Make them silly.
The mini drones, you can spawn a lot of them in our game. So they were inspired by I don't know if you ever played Diablo, but like the necromancer skeletons, they just kind of, you can make a whole big army of them and they just randomly attack random things. That was kind of the inspiration for those guys.
Super nice. That's I love that they are sort of inaccurate, and that they're just all the drones so far are pretty cute. That works nice. You mentioned I should equip a dagger. Well, actually, there's no one too close here, so let's not do that on him. Let's see, what do I have? Set a trap. Doesn't work if nobody goes this way. Nitro blades. Fire damaging laser. Casting range only 2. Okay, let's leave this guy to whatever it is. At least I already basically won the game in the most important way because I got 2 shiny boxes out of 2 shiny boxes. Cool. Then it is his turn. So this tanky dude, I can equip it. No, never mind. Not proficient. There goes my question.
Oh yeah, that one you can, but the dagger you can.
Ah, the dagger. Okay, so I equipped that one. There we go. The nitro blade. So now I have 2 attacks, right? Oh, it is on cooldown.
That's your mini drone. So you notice at the top of that row.
Oh, there's the nitro blades.
And you can use that, and you can still use one of the other operations when they're available. So you can basically, it gives you 2 abilities to use per turn as opposed to 1.
Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna move 2 steps for now. Then we're gonna do sonic boom. Confirm. Nice. Then we're gonna, I guess, do the nitro blades. Oh wait, then we first have to do one more step. And then stab him. Ta-da! Okay. And all these other cards I can just use whenever. I could technically also do Arctos Glare right now, like fire damaging laser that reduces target's defense for 1 round. Would it make sense now? Because I would want his defense low at the start of my turn instead of the end. But these cards you can use as many as you want.
Exactly. You can use as many cards in a turn as long as you're proficient and have enough energy. And then you're exactly right about Arctos Glare. It's usually the initial ability you want to use before a chain of abilities, either from the guy himself. And then if he has friends around, the debuff lasts for 1 turn. So if he has friends around, they can all take advantage of that reduced armor.
Ah, cool. Oh, and I can make a turret. I would like to do that.
Good.
Here. Oh, this is super nice. And I love the design, by the way. It looks super pretty. Yeah, you can combo as many particles as you have EP. Wait, what was EP?
That's the energy. That's their health. And so it's energy points.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Energy points. It's funny that we do everything with their own health. Let's see. Siphon is also interesting. So, what would you recommend right now? Would you recommend me to, I'm first gonna equip a weapon, to go to the other two and leave this guy down here to fight the other guy? Or, oh shit, I stabbed myself a lot. Oh yeah, it costs energy. Or stay here and make sure this guy goes down first.
You're in a really good position right now just to blow him up. So there's you because you have him kind of surrounded. I'd recommend finishing him off.
Yeah.
And what that does is it gives you a little bit of advantage. Well, first of all, it just kills his guy, so that's one character that's gone out of the way. It kind of makes those other two a little bit stronger because once he dies, they're going to get 50% reduced costs on all their protocols, and they haven't been using that many protocols right now. So they could rush you with protocols, but it also gives you another advantage. The base becomes more vulnerable if you kill one of their heroes. So right now the base has 40% armor. When you kill one of the allied heroes of that base, its armor gets reduced to 20%. And then if you kill another one, it gets reduced to 0%. So you could kill that guy and then rush the base and try to destroy the base.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would you recommend the Graviton Lance or the Haymaker?
Why not both?
Why not both? I like the way you're thinking. Okay. Let's start with this one. And then this one. We punched him. Oh yeah. So the cost, when the cost is 40 or 20, that is our energy again. Or health / energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. His drone is getting scared.
I think he's waiting for someone to get close. He's looking for someone to assimilate.
So we can at all points see where they are, right?
Yes, that's correct. So in our game, you can't really disappear, but you can increase your defense and evasion. So he's going to use Arctis Glare.
So do they have the same cards as I do?
No, they have a slightly different set to start with. So the AI has their randomized set, but they probably have a couple that you have.
Ooh, he has an encrypted protocol started. This will be bad.
Secrets from Hearthstone where there might be a trap of some kind somewhere. You don't know. So now you have to be a little careful.
Okay. Okay. Cool. What is he doing? Waiting for opponents.
I think.
Stop scaring the poor drone thief. I mean, he's making himself known to me by moving a lot. He's engaged.
Gotten a freeze on the AI, unfortunately.
Oh, don't worry. Shall I restart the game?
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like it might have gotten frozen for some reason.
Oh, don't worry. It's a playtest, right? So for fit, oh, if this is going to be in my score that I have lost 1 versus 0, I need you to reset my account.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, the AI mode is just for trying out.
Okay. Let's try again. Or do you want to play against me? Or would you recommend doing one first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can freeze. I might freeze, but that's a whole different story.
I would love to get into a game, and I could probably show off some of the interesting stuff.